Hello, ghouls and gals. Welcome to my review of Triple Header Goosebumps Book 2. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to rank each book, and then we're going to tie it down to 30. Then we're going to put that down to the something out of 10. Now, as you may have known, Triple Header is a very short series. It's only 2 books. This is the last one. I wish they made more. But besides that, so there's going to be 3 stories in this one book. So, first story is Ghoul School. And there is spoilers, by the way. Ghoul School. Ghoul School is probably the best story in this whole book. Can't say the whole series though, because I haven't read the first one yet. But I will say Ghoul School probably the best. By not far. The second one is also pretty good. But it is the best, and I'll say why. The last 2 are like, they're just trying to get the book over with. They're just rushing. It feels like they're rushing it. But with this one, it feels like if it wasn't so short, it could be like an original Goosebumps book. I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, it's about this kid, and he's moving to a new place, and he's new at the school. And he finds out that everybody here is like a monster, and even the teachers are the monsters. Oh my god! And basically, all the monsters find out that he's a human and tries to eat him. But this other kid, I forgot everybody's name, but this other kid, which actually secretly is a monster, tries to save him and say he can only... Oh, so they all want him to prove that he's a monster by transforming. And she says that... Whatchamacallit? She can transform, but only at night. So him and the girl, they are about to go and make this costume for nighttime. When they show up to the place, he shows them quote-unquote transforming, which, by the way, they barely could transform because everybody was trying to chase them. So, like, 99% of the stuff falling off. But besides that, I still don't believe him because they can tell that's not a real monster. And then they all really do transform. And, they capture him. And his dad, he gave him this button, like an emergency button, if he ever has an emergency, because he was, like, really scared about this place. And when he presses it, he says it doesn't work, but then, like, a few minutes later, all the cops come in. Find out that his dad is actually... Sorry, I got a sore throat. Is actually working for, like, this... I forgot what it's called, but damn it. This place that basically hunts down monsters. And that... It sounds like really like fast-paced and crazy, but when you read it, you'll like understand how like cool it is to actually like how cool the book, that one story is. That's why it's the best one. It just has like the vibe, like the exact vibe of a Goosebumps book. I mean, sure, the other 2 do have, like, you can tell it's a Goosebumps book, That one just like embodies it. I really don't know how to describe it. 8. So 8 out of 30 for this book so far. Gave it actually, yeah, 9 out of 30, which gives us to, well, that's actually, it's a 9 out of 10. And we give it to the 30, so it's 9 out of 30 so far. Anyway, the second story. About this girl and this friend, Isaac. And they always get bullied by this kid, Cody. And so the girl, she goes to this, like, fortune teller, and she gives him $100. And then after that, he decides that she's just bogus. But then she says, I know what you want. And what she wants is, she's heard about this thing. You can, like, basically be like a ghost and transform out of your body and practically become a ghost. That's great. And basically goes in the closet, turns into the ghost. And he tortures Cody for like 10 minutes. And I forgot to mention, you can only be as like a ghost for about like an hour. And she still had 47 minutes left. Anyway, she does the same thing at home, and she tortures Cody some more in the basketball court, makes him flop. And then for the last time, and she only has 10 more minutes. The end is when it gets kind of stupid. Because, this is one of the reasons why this isn't the best one, because the end is kind of stupid. You see Cody, so the girl, she does the ghost thing again, and he goes into Cody's room. He tries to scare him. But little did she know that he was also doing the same exact thing, because his aunt was the fortune teller all along. See, we're getting to this kind of stupid. But anyway, for some reason she decided to just let her dog come too, and and that will be a point later. So Cody, he knows that there's a time limit, and since she's been torturing him for so long, he knows that there's barely any time left for her. And if you go past for an hour, you can't go back into your body. I don't know why I keep forgetting to say these things. But anyway, he grabs onto her and she tries to escape, but he's too strong. But the dog, which is actually now a ghost too, because she was holding him while she turned into a ghost. Now, she kind of hurts Cody. Forgot how. And to make a long story short, she escapes into a real body. But sadly, the dog kind of found his body, and now he's a ghost. Now that is a 6 out of 10 for me, just because of the ending. It would have been an 8 out of 10, but sorry. And the reason why I'm doing this like weird way of doing it is because since it's multiple stories, I can't really put it. It's really hard to like rate it, because you have to rate a bunch of stories and then put it into one rating. It's kind of hard, complicated, so I made this kind of easy way. Anyway, So that brings us to 15 out of 30. So now we're on to the worst one. And the reason why this is worst, it's a good idea, but it was so rushed. Like, you could tell, like, R.L.STINE just wanted this book to be over with. Because this book, it feels so rushed. Like, they could have added so many cool things, and I know he wanted to, but he just wanted the book to be over. It's just, the last one is just so rushed. Extremely, extremely rushed. And you could literally tell about it. So, it's about this guy and a sister. And they both wanna, they don't wanna. They're both at this, not a school field trip. I would say a field trip. And they're at, like, this deserts. And they're learning about pyramids. And the brother is like, this is so stupid. I want to go have fun. And he ditches, even though his sister wants to stay. And anyway, he meets up with this guy. Sorry, with an A or something. Anyway, it's about this haunted pyramid. I want him to go inside. And to make a long story short, the guy that starts with the A dips. He literally just leaves them stranded, and they go into this room, and they see this mummy case with literally the exact face of the brother. And you could tell, I could literally just tell by hearing that that's kind of stupid, and you'll see why after I explain the whole entire story. Anyway, they go back and the mummy chases after them inside the thing. And to make a long story short, they fall down this huge tunnel, and they're greeted by a bunch of mummies. And he tries to call the police or something, but it always goes to static. And all the mummies come and circle them. And then they play dead, and everybody leaves. And this is when it gets stupid, like really stupid. Apparently, the guy that starts with A, and this doctor, who we've never seen before, by the way, and literally just shows up out of nowhere. You can tell, once again, you can tell it's rushed. They're like making this like cool pyramid thing, and like they just use those as test subjects or something like that. Anyway, the mummies come in and they attack them, and they call police. It's an obvious bad idea because you're literally practically, putting all those two lives in danger. So you're gonna go to jail, obviously. And anyway, I think they're safe. But then they see this mummy blocking their way to the exit. And this is another thing. It's so forgettable. Like, I forgot most of the ending. All I remember is, I do remember most of it. I just forget this one part of how they break out. But anyway, the mummy attacks him, obviously, and he tries to call the police for some reason one more time, and the static actually makes him freeze somehow. I don't know why. It's stupid. Anyway, they somehow break out. It's so forgettable, I forgot how, but they get out, and those two guys go to jail. That's just a 4 out of 10. Just 4. I'll give them bonus points. I gave them only 4 because the middle was actually kind of good. The premise was good, just the outcome wasn't. And also, another thing is I forgot to rate it. What was it again? $19 out of 30. Wait. So, I'm overthinking this. Sorry. It's easy. So 15 plus is obviously 19. So 3. So 6 and 1/3 out of 10. That is the rating. And that one mummy kind of single-handedly ruined it. Because if that was like 6 out of 10, the ratings would have went up and up. But since it was 6, 1/3 out of 10.